In this video, we're going to discuss the cap rate. Cap rate can be a little more confusing than some of the other terms for a couple reasons. The first is, it sounds like it would be an acronym, and frequently investors write it as such with a capital C, capital A, capital P. But it's not an acronym, it's actually an abbreviation, and it stands for capitalization rates. So, the cap rate is a tool that experienced investors will use to compare how one property performs as compared to another property in a similar market. Calculating the cap rate is really pretty simple if you already have the net operating income. It is simply the NOI divided by the total cost to purchase. Now, the total cost to purchase, it's not just the purchase price on the property. It also includes the closing costs, any costs to get the property ready for market or make-ready expenses, you might hear that term. And in some cases, it would even include the carrying costs that you would incur between the time you closed on the property to the time you first start collecting income or rent as a result of owning the property. For example, we might have the purchase price of a property at $480,000, and we might have $10,000 worth of repairs, upgrades, renovations, whatever you want to call it. Maybe it's a cosmetic thing. You're going to have the property painted and put in some new flooring, and you've spent $10,000. And then you have a combined total of $10,000 on your closing costs and your vacancy between the time you've purchased the property and the time that your first tenants take occupancy. So you've got a $500,000 initial investment, your purchase price plus your costs. If you had $30,000 in net operating income, you take $30,000, you divide it by $500,000, and you find yourself at a 6% cap rate. Now, it's important to note as well, earlier I noted that it's for comparing one property's performance to another in a similar market. You cannot compare properties across types, so you would not compare commercial to residential, and you would not compare a residential purchase in Florida with a residential purchase in Oklahoma using the cap rate. You might find that the cap rate in one market is significantly higher than it is in another market. That doesn't necessarily make it a better investment. We'll go into much more detail on cap rate in another video because there's a lot more to dig into there. For now, just remember cap rate, net operating income divided by the total cost to purchase.